ici là, like block. Yeah, just do this. And I do that. And I do this. And I do that. Got it. Rain. Yo YouTube, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing great. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Nightmare Echoes. Those are new boss echoes released in Renacita, basically replacing the old ones. So as you can see, we have the Impermanence Heron, we have the Inferno Rider, we have the Thundering Mephis. Basically, almost all the old bosses have been reintroduced in Renacita as Nightmare Echoes. And basically, you will want to farm those as much as possible to replace your old 4-cost echo that you're using on your character. So Inferno Rider on Changli, you kind of want to replace it. If you're using Dreamless on Camellia, you will want to use the new Crownless Nightmare. And basically for everyone, for Shangli Yao, the new Tempest Mephis is going to be better. And Jinxia, of course, doesn't have Jue, but yeah, as much as you can. For the Jian, the new Monkey is going to be better. And the reason why you want to replace those echoes is because until now, to get the buff, every echoes had a buff, okay? Like every 4-cost echoes was buffing your character. So for example, Inferno Rider was giving fusion damage and basic attack damage. Thundering Mephis was giving electro damage and resonance liberation damage. But the problem with those echoes is that you needed to use the echo active to get the buff, okay? And this is a big problem because a lot of the stuff in Wuwa, like the rotations and stuff, you have to be fast, you have to cancel animations, etc. And with this, you couldn't do any animation cancel and get the buff of your characters like too much, or you would like also lose a lot of the uptime on the buff. So with these new Nightmare Echoes, basically as long as you have the echo equipped on your character, you get the buff. So it's basically the equivalent of just getting 24 damage bonus. For example, if I take Shangli Yao's Echo, you basically gain 12% electro damage and 12% liberation non-stop without doing anything, just having the echo equipped in your main slot. So the top one, where before that you had to use the echo, and most of the time you wouldn't get the buff, or not the full buff, or not the full duration of the buff. So this is straight up a 20% damage increase on almost every DPS in the game. And yeah, I mean, this will literally just change your gameplay and change your damage like significantly. Let me give you an example of a rotation. So let's say I take Shangli Yao, all right? So Shangli Yao, first thing first, the best option for him was to use Tempest Mephis, because what you can do with Tempest Mephis is you can use your echo and then swap instantly with another character and still have the animation of the echo going through, okay? The problem of the Tempest Mephis for Shangli Yao is that it gives electro damage, which is good, but it also gives heavy attack damage. And Shangli Yao doesn't deal heavy attack damage, he deals liberation damage. So Thundering Mephis in terms of buff was better, but the other problem with Thundering Mephis is that Thundering Mephis animation, to get the full buff, you need to do the final hit of the echo. And the final hit of Thundering Mephis is very, very long. Wait, let me do it on Yinlin, because
the impatient ones will fall right into
pull down. But the final hit of Thundering Mephis is this. You need to do all that, all this, and this is when you get the buff. It takes literally like 2-3 seconds of not doing anything else other than your echo damage, which is a very high DPS loss. So it was pretty bad on Shangli Yao to use that, especially because you also like switching Shangli Yao quite a lot. So that wasn't very good. Tempest Mephis was better in terms of rotation, but you wouldn't get as much buff. So we were in kind of like a problem. We had a problem with those two, and they kind of fixed it with the Nightmare Thundering Mephis, where now if you use Nightmare Thundering Mephis, the buff is permanent. You just have to have the Echo equipped, and you get the buff.
Experiment.
No
Yeah, I
rush.
highly recommend like
The
starting to
impatient
farm.
ones will fall right into our lap.
I highly recommend starting to farm those Nightmare Echoes as much as you can. Just spam
Exploit.
spam the Echoes in the open world. You can do like a route where you go from one to another. You can quick teleport directly to the Echoes as well. So this is pretty nice. Makes your farming much faster. You don't have to run or like teleport nearby and then go to it. So
Elimination.
bam. And then I get crit rate. Oh, that's pretty cool. I got kind of lucky here. The Heron is gonna be of the new Havoc set, so not a lot of characters will use it. Like it's probably gonna be Ferocia basically.
The experiment begins.
No rush.
But yeah, you can
The
teleport.
impatient ones will fall right into
Do quick
our lap.
teleport. Oh, I have crit rate because of you farm this one, and then you can go to the Morning X, farm the Morning X, go to the other one, go to the other one. If you only need like 2 or 3, you can just rotate like pretty quick, and it's basically like, yeah, it's basically yeah, you can still cancel animation actually. The other one, just not outside of combat really. It doesn't work too well, I guess.
Zap string.
Zap
It's on
string.
curtain call.
Oh my god.
Pierce through the stars.
Pierce through the stars.
Exploit. Prime.
And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's literally just free 20%, 25% damage increase on all your DPS that you had built until now. So, boom, I get my Morning X. I mean, no one uses Morning X, but if I want to improve my Changli, I will go Inferno Rider. Same for Monkey. Yeah. Because like on Jian, on Changli, you would almost never get the buff of the Echo. And if you get the buff, you would lose like half of the uptime because of the rotation. So it was really, really shit. So they basically fixed that. It's great. Make sure you farm it. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask in the comment. Join my Discord. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.